Beyond healthcare, a better you.
25 again is not only about optimizing your hormones. They're so much more comprehensive. It is much, much more than that. And I love that they're expanding their services. Lisa Innenbach is with us to talk about that. And Lisa, hey, it's good to make people look and feel younger, but you also, it's got the longevity factor in mind. It's like, let's avoid some of these diseases and we hear so much about, right? It's really very comprehensive now with 25 again.
Right. I love what Carl said, the culture of active lifestyle. I wrote that down because we do need to become more active. The healthier you are, the better that you will do starting out in our program. Now, that doesn't mean if you're not healthy and you're battling weight, diabetes, high blood pressure, that we can't help you, because we absolutely can. Getting those hormone levels back to when you were 25 again will help do that. There are certain medications that we use, some of the common ones for blood pressure, diabetes, things like that. They're working, but over time, they're really kind of tearing up the liver, the pancreas, the internal organs. So, you know, we have found medications with the addition of Dr. Reyes a few years ago over time that don't do that. So we can work on those issues if we need to first, which we will, weight, blood pressure, diabetes. We do all of the primary care now, and we can optimize the hormones, which helps with all of those. If you're a healthy person, that's great. You still need us. I always say, if you're 35 and above, you probably need us. If you're 40 and above, you definitely do. And now with the addition of primary care, there really isn't much reason not to come in. But if you go to your regular physician, he or she probably has 5 to 7 minutes with you, and they're going to say, oh, your lab levels are fine. We spend an hour to 2 hours with you on an initial visit. We get 4 pages of labs. We are going to sit down and we're going to go over everything. CBC, CMP, that's looking at your blood levels, that's looking at your liver, your kidneys, you know, to make sure there's nothing else we need to do first before we do the hormones. Your hormone levels are going to go down as you age. There's nothing that you can do about it. You may not even realize that you don't feel as good as you can, because those levels maybe have gone down slowly over the years. So again, it's not your fault. But as you age, we're going to explain to you where your hormone levels were, what the benefits of those hormone levels are to be optimized again. For instance, weight loss with your thyroid. It's not a medication for weight loss, but it helps with the metabolism, dry skin, you know, hair falling out, even blood pressure, testosterone, progesterone, estrogen, hot flashes, not sleeping through the night. All these things happen as you age, and people just think, oh, it's because I'm aging. Well, no, it's because your hormone levels are going down, and we can reverse that, and it's preventative. Very important to me is obviously my mother died of, not obviously, but if you've heard the show before, my mother died of ovarian cancer back in 2001. I had no idea about preventative health. What I found is if you do hormones the right way, and by that I mean bioidentically, you can prevent those diseases. I've been doing them now for 9 years, have no plans to stop, and it is much, much healthier to have those levels where they were when you were younger. Think about a 25-year-old. Are they most likely battling cancer, blood pressure, cholesterol, Alzheimer's? No, they're usually not, because those levels are where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and to be preventative, you have to be proactive, and that's where 25 again comes in. Okay, proof's in the pudding. I love when you bring on a testimonial. Maybe it's a member who comes on and talks about the amazing changes, the positive changes in their lives. So I want you to meet, we're going to show you a video here of Pamela Snyder. This is Pamela. You get to know her a little bit here.
Hello, my name is Pamela Snyder, and I have been a member of 25 Again New Albany for almost 2 years. They are absolutely fabulous. I love the staff. They're all friendly and knowledgeable. Vivian Rosenberger, the nurse practitioner there, I have made her my primary care physician simply because no other physician has ever sat down with me and actually gotten to the bottom of my issues and listened to me as a person and not just as some patient coming in the office. They are managing my chronic pain, my thyroid condition, my diabetes. they've just really, they've been a godsend to me and have really, I feel like have saved my life. In the 2 years that I have been a member, I have lost 100 pounds. And with the wonderful guidance of Vivian, I feel healthier and happier than I have probably my entire life. So I'm just very thankful for 25 Again and the staff at the New Albany office. They're just fabulous.
Wow, this speaks to the services and all that you offer. Look at the before and after picture. I don't know about you, but I want to say congratulations to Pamela.
She is beautiful. I just met her last week, John, and her story just touched my heart. I wanted her to come on so badly, but she's a nurse, and unfortunately she had to work. I'm hoping to get her on the show
yeah, I'd love
someday.
To meet her.
But it just, we sat and we talked, and she said, you know, I've been to physician after physician, and they just didn't have time for me, or they didn't explain anything. And again, she's a nurse, so she's medical. It's not like she doesn't understand things, but you still need that guidance. I mean, I kind of think of us as health coaches with the medical degrees behind it, because we are coaching you. We are telling you, you know, what's happening. Even medical people sometimes don't understand, because if you're not in the field of what we do, you know, I'm not an orthopedic nurse. I don't know much about orthopedics, so things like that. We see a lot of physicians. I've sat down with a lot of physicians, and I'll say things like, well, you know, and he or she says, no, I don't. That's why I'm here. And I'm like, okay, fair. So Pamela's story just, I mean, it was amazing. It really did touch my heart, and I'm so proud of her. She's so beautiful. And you know, we spent a lot of time together talking about the show, and hopefully we can get her on sometime in the future.
I want to meet her. I want to congratulate her, because you know, it looks like two different people, and plus, and she's so happy with where she is. I think it does speak to all the services that you offer, because the weight loss, that was very visible, but you could tell she feels better,
right?
And her life is going in a more positive direction, and that's kind of what it's all about. And this is where medical technology is moving. It's about being proactive and not feeling your age. Quit accepting that, and that's what you do. It's got to make you feel good when you see stories like that. Lisa, you and Ted, when you started this, that's what you wanted.
It is. I mean, you know, and Pam's not obviously the only story. A gentleman came up to me one time and said, you know, I've never enjoyed Christmas until this year. You've given me that back. And you can have what Pam has for just $99. Come in, we're going to get a VIP assessment. We'll talk about that here in a minute. We'll go over everything that involves. You don't want to miss it.
All right, there you go. So coming up next, in fact, we'll tell you how you can become a member of 25 Again. We shall return. It's Wave 3 Listens, and yes, we are live.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, often diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica, Neurontin, or gabapentin that never seems to fix your problem? Your doctor may have told you to just live with the pain. There's now hope for those suffering with peripheral neuropathy. Neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. This damage is commonly caused by a lack of blood flow to the nerves, which causes